What's going on YouTube? Darksword255 here. The numbers may be randomly generated, but the content itself is not. And guys, if you play Raid on your computer, there is a important program that you should be using. I made a video previously talking about this program, but there was a massive update to this program, and that program is our beloved RSL Helper. So in today's video, we're going to be going over that update, how to update to your computer, and all of the new features that they added, as well as how I use RSL Helper. It's an amazing tool, guys. So make sure, if you have not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do a bunch of tip videos, champion reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff in regards to Raid Shadow Legends, guys. So hit that subscribe button, and let's go ahead, guys, and jump right into things. Alrighty, guys. So if you do not have RSL Helper or anything along those lines, or let's just say you have RSL Helper right now, guys, this update was so massive. This is what you need to do. If you are downloading or updating RSL Helper from the version that you have now, you need to run the updater as admin. So obviously RSL Helper right here, guys. Right click and run as admin. Now, I've already updated, but this process, since this is a huge update, will take a good amount of time. Like, this took me, I think, like 20 minutes to update. So from like the last version to the newest version here. So just be prepared, guys. They added a lot of new features. So it's going to take a while for this to basically download. This is what you're gonna see, right? You're gonna see this. It's gonna take about like 20 minutes to download. And then, you know, once this is done, guys, we'll jump right into the helper. Alrighty, guys, so after your update is done, you are going to see this. As you can see, guys, the interface totally different than all of the previous iterations of RSL Helper. So you have your active runs over here, which is what we're traditionally used to using. If we go to, like, let's say like a dungeon or something, and I want to run some auto battles, I can say right here, I want to run 55 battles, right? And then I just hit the play button, boom, it will run it. So that's where, you know, you normally go. And this is going to be like a very brief overview for some of the features I've talked about in some of my other videos. And then food, obviously, like leveling up food, picking food, so on and so forth. So if you want to do a bunch of leveling up, especially since like either CVC, great time to level up your champions. Fusions for champion training, great time, or just like to level up food in general, right? Great time to do that. And, you know, just how you do it. The same thing as you've had done traditionally, right? Calculate food, bam. It says I have 19 tier 3s that I could be using as food. Bam, I select all my food. And let's just say like I just go to campaign, whatever I'm going to do on campaign, and then hit use, select my leader, and then hit play, and then it will go through all of this and hit them all to level 30. Like I said, it's stuff that we've already done and already know. You know, you can go to vault champions, you can use reserve vault, which, I mean, right now, I think everybody's reserve vault is probably very congested. So, you know, pretty cool. I mean, like, again, we're just going over kind of the UI changes because it's a little bit weird. And unless you want to read the massive document that they give you to like go through all this stuff, you know, most people aren't going to read it. I mean, I'm in their Discord and most people ask the, you know, easy questions, including me. Like, I ask the easy questions. So something that is extremely notable, guys, with this new update for RSL, big thing, is the cell setup. Now, obviously this page is very traditional, right? We already know what this page looks like. We've done it. This is where your cell files are. You can load them. Cool, whatever, right? But what's really nice is if you hit this optimize button, which, be careful doing this, when you do optimize like this, now it is combining all of you see here, all the different gear sets that have the same cell rules. So instead of it being 8 trillion different rules like you have in some of these files, now it's all it basically optimizes it. And it's also pretty easy to then go ahead and make your own cell files, right? It just, obviously, if you make your own cell files, it just takes a long time to do it, right? You know, you got to click in here, say, I want to make sure that I have, you know, for my particular account, I want to sell anything that's under 5-star, bam. Cool, I want to make sure that, you know, if I have crit damage gloves, it has crit rate. And crit rate, you know, you can go through and optimize and do all of that fun stuff. But this is at least nice. It's a lot easier to look at this and after you hit optimize. Again, be careful because, like I said, if you read the literature, it is combining everything that has very similar stats. So like if you want to be extra careful, keep your cell file the way that it is. They have a built-in cell file in the helper. I just use a cell file that I like. I mean, be very careful with the cell files you guys are using. So if you're not careful, you can sell gear that you actually want for your account. So, you know, it's very difficult to just 100% go. Like, even for me, I don't 100% go off the sell file. I always double check, see if like a certain piece of gear is actually good for my account or not good for my account. There are times that it wants to keep gear that sucks. And there is time that it keeps gear. It wants to sell gear that is amazing. So, you know, like I said, just be careful. But this is like a nice little feature. The optimize, you can, it's a lot easier to like actually create your own cell files. I thought in my experience is a lot more complicated in the past doing that, but now, you know, it just takes a long time, but you know, it's a lot easier. And you can modify, you can ignore certain rules in here, you know, yada, yada, yada. But it's really cool. I think it's a lot more user friendly also, right? Sell, upgrade, sell. So basically you could set this that if you are, let's say you're farming gear, right? Or just even leveling up gear, you can upgrade the gear to a certain level. And then if it doesn't fit in your parameters, you can have it automatically get sold, right? So if you're like, let's say you're farming a bunch of gear for, let's say you're farming speed gear and you get a rare whatever piece, let's just say a rare glove that has speed on it, right? And let's say you roll it up to level 8 and it goes 2 rolls into the other stat that's not speed. This will upgrade it first, and then it says, hey, if this did not roll into speed, then we're going to sell it. Pretty cool. Again, you're gonna have to manipulate your cell files and do all that stuff, but at least you have that, right? Like, look at this. Sell checklist first. If the result is keep, the item is upgraded, and then check again. Or you could just do 100% upgrade and then sell, which is psychotic. And there was already functionality like this in the previous iterations of this, but it was a lot more convoluted. You had to like dig a little bit to like get this to be set up. And then you also have a log folder to like, if you're farming and like selling and doing all this stuff, it will keep a log for you. So let's say, you know, you always see like those big videos. It's like, I spent 100,000 energy farming speed. Basically that will help with this. You know, it's nice. It's like I said, it's slightly more complicated, but once you get used to it, once you do it a couple times, no problem whatsoever. Now, this right here is a huge update. So I think that I've said this previously, that they have specific requirements for like certain dungeons and such. Now, it's really cool. Let's say you want to farm Sand Devil and you're like, damn dude, I just need 15 dust. I don't care about anything else. I need 15 dust. You can type in right here 15, and the player will run Sand Devil until it collects 15. So obviously you gotta be careful, you know, because you could run 1,000 battles if you mess up. You just gotta be careful with what you obviously pick here. But that's really cool. That was not something that could be done previously. What was the only thing that you could do previously was, from my understanding, was just Minotaur. Like, you could just go to Minotaur and whatever, I put a champion here and then bam, that's all I could do. But now, like I said, with this new content, you can do a lot more things, right? Like, how cool is that? You're like, damn dude, I want to make sure that I get 15 dust to do like this big cleanse. I have so much energy, whatever. I don't care. I just care about getting the amount of dust, right? Or let's just say I just need 100 of these big potions or something, right? Bam, you can type that in and the player, this will run until it collects that amount of resources. So a lot more versatility with the updater, the player. Really, one more time, really cool. And again, same thing with like potions, guys. You go over to the potions. It's saying anything that's like potions, dust, or anything, bam. I could say I need 100,000. Imagine having 100,000. Let's say I just need 100 of tier 3. I can now run this. Also, thank God that there's super raids for this now. I can run this until I get 100 of them. Like, you know, so potions, Sand Devil, and Shogun. Huge update to all of this stuff. Well, I guess, and also Minotaur, but like, you know, Minotaur is like, was already a feature. Like, really cool. And this is like, we haven't even dove into a lot of the other really cool things, guys, that they've also updated. Also, guys, under content specific requirements, I'm just in Hydra right now. I said this in my last video, but you can do it here. I mean, let's just say that you're out of quick battles, or you're just trying to get the most amount of damage. There's a lot of RNG that obviously happens with Hydra. And let's just, sometimes it takes you a bunch of runs to get the best amount of damage that you want with either Chimera or with Hydra. This is what you want to do to set this up, that you don't even have to touch it. Go to your resources right here. Make sure that you click run efficient resources. If you don't do that, the client will crash. Don't know why, it just does. Obviously open up the Hydra team, put your Hydra team in here. And let's just say that we want to do 1 billion damage. With this team can easily do 1 billion, but whatever. The top part, MRD, is billion. Don't know why. Below it is million. So you can like really mid-max. Let's say I want to do 1 billion damage and 1.1 million damage, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and select that and hit play. So we load it in, we hit battle, and then we hit play over here, right? And now what's going to happen is this is going to run until I hit 1.1 billion damage. And then what's going to happen is, let's say, I'm not going to make you guys stay through this whole battle because I'm not a sadist. So what's going to happen is once we hit that threshold in here, and it's going to say battle completed, whatever, it will not claim the key. You'll come down to your computer or wherever, your laptop, however you're using this, right? And it will be displaying the damage, as long as you're above that damage, or at that damage or above that damage, right? And then you go ahead and claim the key. So it's really nice. Like I said, you just hit play and then this will run and run until you hit that damage threshold. And it will do the same thing with Chimera. Quickly, let me just end this and I'll jump over the Chimera to show you what I'm talking about. Same menu. I mean, I've already run my keys for that. I've already kind of run my keys, but let's say that we're trying to aim for a certain amount of damage. This will run and do the same thing. You'll hit start, right? You'll just hit start and then you'll hit start over here, and then this will run and run and run. And make sure, guys, you have to hit battle. You have to start the battle first. And then you have to hit play here because it crashes for whatever reason. Just be aware of that. It's a cool little thing that not many people know about with the helper. So they also have the champion index, guys. I'm gonna be honest, like I've never really found a use for this because I can just search. I mean, maybe you can, maybe if you like really want to like make certain teams and like really manipulate different things. Like if I want to look at like debuffs, if I want to look at, let's just say all my poison champions, right? It's a lot easier to do that here than going in here, going bam. And then now I got to go to the filters and then I got to scroll down. I got to go to debuffs, buffs. And then, like you're jumping around a lot versus this, which is, it's all like in your face, right? And what's really cool is you can save it, right? You can save it. So it's cool. I just know my account well enough that it's like meh for me. I'm not saying that this is not good, right? Because like obviously it is, but you could do a lot of really cool things with the champion index, but this is the area that I wanted to really showcase here for you guys. So this is the new sell menu. So all of this used to be right over here where my mouse is, right? Now obviously it's up here, right? It's a little bit weird, right? It took me a little bit to get used to, and I personally do not like this. I've already given my opinion to the devs that I don't really like. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like it. But at the same time, like I'm not gonna complain because I still love all this stuff. It's just in my opinion, I don't really like the user interface. I miss it being a sidebar. But I personally digress, right? Let's say that I want to go to my inbox and I want to sell according to my sell files, right? You already made your sell files, you're uploading them, whatever, right? Let's just say that I want to sell out of my inbox, right? Because I mean, if you're like me, I hoard gear like a miser is about to like lose his last like dropling of gold. Don't be like me. Gear cleanse. We're now looking at my inbox right here, right? These are all the items in my inbox in RSL Helper, right? And then obviously I have the inbox open on Raid over here. We're going to go to auto sell and we are going to show, right? Sell. And I mean, I'm keeping these are mine. Yum, 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 yum. We can go ahead and select the ones that we want to sell, or if we could say queue all if we want to sell them all, but I'm just going to sell these two just as an example, right? And we're going to go ahead and hit sell right here. Bam. And they're gone. Both of those items are gone. Really simple. And now obviously let's go ahead and go to my normal inventory. Yes, dude, I'm down. I never have any room. Like I need to be a little bit more, I need to be less stringent on my own stuff, right? But it's hard because especially like, anyways, according to my sell files, I can sell 111 pieces of gear. I know that according, some of these gear sets I actually need. So I actually am holding on to them, but that's how it works. You can do the same thing as like, let's just say you only want to see a certain gear set. Bam. We are going to go down and look at pinpoint gear. Bam. Wow. Look at all my pinpoint gear. Look at all those chickens. Now, if let's just say that I also wanted to upgrade, right? Let's say that I wanted to upgrade. Well, definitely don't want to upgrade all the 16. That would be not good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go under. Okay, well, I guess I've already rolled up all my gear, so this is a bad example. 1 second. All right, guys, better example here. So I went to Mercurial, and I don't think I ever say that right. Let's say that it is during a fusion, right? Because that's when most of us roll our gear up. We're gonna pick up the sets that we want. Let's just say that I just really only care about, you know, rolling up my Mercurial gear. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna select the gear set that we want. I mean, there's a bunch of just normal stuff I want to do, like gear, you know, certain things, certain stats, so on and so forth. We don't necessarily care about that right now. This bar right up here, these are the levels of everything. If I want to roll this, like the gear up to, let's say level 8, I'm going to say anything below level 7, show me. And all this to queue, so there's 17. We're going to make sure that this is upgrade to level 8, and then we're going to hit the nice green shiny button that is upgrade, and then it's going to upgrade everything that we have selected right here. So it's just a little bit of a different interface. Like, again, I wish that all of this was on the side over here, but I do like all of the different options kind of laid out in front of your face, as well as making this like you can't miss it, dude. You cannot miss it. Like, stop upgrading, bam. Start upgrading, bam. You can't miss it. There's 2 colors. There's red at the top and there's green right there. You can't miss it. Obviously a little bit different than you're used to. Let's keep moving on. You know, this is no different, guys. Right here, like the bundles. What is nice, the clan boss loot counter. If you care to see how much loot you get, you know, throughout the year, month, date, you know, all that fun stuff. It automatically tracks it as long as RSL Helper is open. I mean, obviously there are times that there's an update and then you don't have it. So like, this is obviously a little bit funky, right? That's okay. But let's just for giggles here, right, guys? You know, because Ray definitely doesn't push like any kind of like, I don't know, like deals or spam ads or kind of like really anything like on us, right? Like never, not even one pop-up ad. Let's just go ahead. Let's use this premium as an example here. So your boy is in the USD. So let's just say 40. Let's just say $50. Why not? We're going to round up because he XD tax, right? We're going to go ahead and put in 10, and we are going to put in, where is the dollar value? And then this is going to be 500. 1, 2, 3. Bam. I love how this says crap. Is there anything else to this value? Yeah. Wow. That's, I mean, no shock. So you have this bundle calculator if you don't want to use Smiley. If you just see a pop up right here that says, hey man, I wonder if this is going to be a good value, built in. Pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. But you know, I use it sometimes because sometimes the pack offers aren't reflected on Smiley. So I'm just like, is this a good deal? And it will say, this is great or this is not. And obviously this deal sucks. But, you know, just as an example, you can use the bundle calculator. Now, this is really interesting. I think even in my last video, guys, I actually did just showcase how to use this. This is like if you wanted to theorize a Chimera team, right? You can actually put in all of your champions in here and it will tell you how much, how many trials you'll get done, so on and so forth. So let's just, let me just real quick, guys, I'll put in my Hydra team and I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Alrighty, guys, so I just quickly threw in my Chimera team. I did, I did whatever the rotation is, rotation 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, obviously, you guys can figure that out. And obviously I do Ultra Nightmare because I'm a psychopath. So this is saying theoretically I can get up to 18 trials done with these champions. Now obviously, guys, you know, like it's close. It's close. But if you're trying to look for an idea of, like, let's say you want to build a new team, you're like me, who's a psychopath who enjoys like trying to min-max their account, try some different unique teams. This is an interesting way to do it because there may not be a video on it. It might not be something in the Hell 80s optimizer, so you can kind of throw it together like a team in here and kind of go from there. Like see, we can see here, you know, which champions are going to be able to complete which trials, right? And how we're able to get to the, you know, this point. Really cool. I mean, obviously not everybody's going to use this, but you know, I found it useful. Obviously we have the Mercy tracker, which would be so amazing if this was in the game itself and you just kind of knew. This is actually, for me, not accurate. right? Because I pulled a ton of shards while RSL was down because of some of I pulled a bunch of voids while RSL Helper was down. So this is not accurate for me. What is accurate is the remnant shards. Rest in peace, 1, 2, 3. Granted, I pulled 2 mythicals from 2 back-to-back. I can't complain, but you know, this is a pretty good way to track your mercy, right? This is how most people track it. And let's just say that you're a lot more meticulous than I am, and you're like, okay, so I pulled 50 more shards while RSL Helper was down, right? You can go ahead and add that 50 in here, and it'll automatically retrack it. Again, I don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time for that. But this is a really good way to see like how close you are to mercy, right? And most of the time, you're going to be pulling with RSL Helper open, and this is like per account. So if I was going to open up a bunch of other accounts, which is pretty easy, I just click right here and just add more accounts like to play on. It's all account specific, so pretty cool, pretty easy. Now, guys, I think I don't remember 100% if I did say this in my last RSL video, but this is something that they did come out with, which is really, really cool. Let's say this is one of the events that are happening right now. And let's just say that I wanted to get this jewel, which I've already gotten. So I guess this is not really a great account to use this on, but let's say that I wanted to get this. So I would basically click, well, I guess I could do this, right? It's the fusion, why not? So let's just say that I want to get enough points to get this, which would be the fragments to summon this thingy, right? So basically, which is really cool, right? I'll go over to my Fire Knight, whatever the tournament is, right? And now if I want to get this, I'm going to go to RSL Helper. I'm going to go to this right down here, which if you want to see the event tracker, right? Bam. You just hit these 3 arrows and it pop up. And you can go ahead and go to, you know, Fire Knight. Let's say I want to do this. I can go ahead and hit play. Now, what is going to happen is this will run until this is done. Really, really cool. From my experience, it only works with one account at a time, from my experience. I've tried to run this with multiple accounts and it only kind of works with one. The other ones kind of stop. But then we'll tell you, but I haven't tried it with the new updated version, but this is really cool. Most people don't know about it. How many times, guys, have you said, hey man, I want to farm my Fire Knight for this event right here. I think it's going to take 50 battles. I'm going to go to bed just for you to wake up and you just missed it. Is that not the most infuriating thing of all time? But if you do this, right, it will keep playing and keep running until you get those points and then it will stop. Amazing. Now, guys, to end this off, this is a little bit different than what we're used to. Normally, what we're used to is over here in RSL Helper, there's a little drop down for Autoforge. So basically now it's all kind of already built in right here, guys, right? So what we're going to do, let's just say we're going to go to Autoforge, and it's already going to be selected in this menu, right? Let's just say I don't want to waste any of that gear. Let's just say, well, I'm going to just craft. I'll just do 5 pieces of perception gear, right? We're going to go ahead and do our, you know, it's okay. I have plenty. I'll just burn it for this video. Go ahead and put your charms in, right, guys? And then the auto run, how many times that we want to craft our gear here. Now, again, guys, you know, make sure that you go to your sell files and you have your sell files all set up properly. Back to auto run. Let's just say, like I said, I'm going to do 10. I'm going to do 10 right here. Done. Bam, right? And it's going to craft, sell according to your sell files, right? Bam, sell. Again, it's not like a little click menu like we're used to. It's just automatically built into the optimizer. Again, it's really cool because you could have it like set up over here that I'm in CVC right now, right? That you're crafting, you're leveling, and then selling. So you're getting a ton of points if you want, right? Or if you just want to take that extra step, right? To just be extra thorough. You craft, you upgrade, and then if it doesn't upgrade correctly, why are you holding that? Why are you holding that? It just get it all done in one fell swoop. So cool. Wow, man, I kept all these pieces. Yippee. This is all whatever. I mean, even though I did 10, it's fine. It's fine. A little bit wonky. But like I said, there was a final thing, guys, I did want to note. The UI was a little bit messed up, but they ended up patching it. So basically what happened was this was all like clustered together and didn't really fit DPI wise. And there was a fix, but they ended up just patching it. They just ended up patching it. So that's why everything looks to be in order. Even if you have a high DPI monitor like I do, it looks all good. I will also link, guys, a link to Farsob, who is the developer of RSL Helper, his Discord, so you can talk to the developers if you have any questions or need help. And also, if you want to read that long document, they update it with every major patch. It's super helpful, guys. I would not be able to play Raid at all. Well, that's traumatic. I would be obviously able to play, but this makes life significantly easier, guys. I hope that this guide helps you out, and I will see everybody in the next video.